Peace, guys. Welcome back to ZENSFXHUB, where macro markets is simplified. In this video, I'm going to break down what trades I'm in and what I see happening in the markets, right? I know a lot of people thought that gold was going to get to 6,000 during February 28th, like that Sunday when markets opened up. They thought that it was going to shoot and fly. I was one of those traders, right? And then I started to place buys on gold, and then I realized, right, I had to take a step back that gold is pulling back. So I went and I did my research to figure out exactly why, because I had the same logic like everyone else. Gold, we're in a war, global uncertainty, gold should be shooting up. But it wasn't, right? Gold actually shot down around 8%. So that's when I noticed that investors, right, was putting their money elsewhere. Bonds started to go up, right? So when bonds go up, investors investing in government debt, they get a bigger return back, okay? Peace, guys. Welcome back to ZENSFXHUB, where macro markets is simplified. In this video, I'm going to give you guys a market breakdown, show you what trades that I'm currently in and what I'm looking at for the markets. But before I do, I know a lot of people got burned because they thought that gold was going to go to 6,000 as soon as the market opened up when the war first started, right? And then as the war continued to escalate, they thought that, okay, gold should be shooting up, but it actually dropped around 8%. And I think that scared a lot of traders away, but I feel like the real move is happening right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and share it with you guys. But before I show you the charts, right, this article, right, literally Trump came out during his press conference yesterday, said that the war could be ended soon, and then later ended up tweeting that, like, but if Iran decides to, like, try to cut off the world energy supply, that he's gonna push back 10 times harder than what he's been doing, right? So I think that, the war ending soon is kind of calming the waters, and you actually see it reflecting in the charts, and I'm going to show you guys this. Listen, I am calling out all my day traders. I don't care if you trade stocks, crypto, forex, futures. I don't care if you're a scalper, a day trader, a position trader, whatever style of trading you do, I do not care. All I care about is bringing us together. So I am throwing a free event for traders to come and network and have a great time. There's going to be music, refreshments. It's going to be an opportunity to play some games and potentially win some prizes. Now, I ain't going to say what those prizes are because it could be a funded account, a trading book, or the opportunity to have a one-on-one session with me so I can teach you how to trade fundamentals the right way and you can make some money. I don't know. But all I know is that this event is for us. So come. Pull up, bring your trading friends. Let's have a great time. Let's mix, let's mingle, let's network, let's talk markets. Let's just enjoy each other's company, all right? But listen, spots are limited, so make sure you RSVP ASAP to get yourself in the door, all right? Because you don't want to miss out on this. This is going to be fire. So I see you guys there. Peace. All right, so starting with gold, right? This 5,100 level has been very significant on gold. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bounces off this. So pretty much a week, gold has been bouncing off this $5,100 level, right? And then this level is also significant, right? Because this was a last higher high that the market has made back in February, right? So and mind you, this is a daily time frame. So that right there is one confluence. Like the fact that we have literally been bouncing off $5,100, right? Now, if we go down to a 4-hour time frame, we can kind of see the picture a little bit more. Okay. As you can see, right, this $5,100 level, this right here literally is a range, right? We are literally in consolidation. And where's the thing? Okay, yes, we are in a consolidation here. Okay, so the market has literally been bouncing from around 50.30 to around 5,200. Okay, and every time we get to like that near that $5,200 mark, the market ends up pushing back down. So could we continue to chop around in this for a little while longer? Yes, it's possible. Just because Trump literally said that the war is ending soon, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to end soon, because that was the headline yesterday. Today, tomorrow could be something totally different. If Iran do decide to interfere with the routes where energy has to be, transported through, then that's going to cause the war to continue to escalate rather than de-escalate, okay? So that right there can cause gold to chop around, because the more the war escalates and gets worse and drags on, The dollar will continue to go up, bonds will continue to go up, and obviously the price of oil will continue to go up. Okay, and remember, stick with me because all of it is going to make sense at the end of the video. And I think that if you stick to the end of the video, you can actually get in for a nice play that's forming. All right, so honestly, right, I am in this trade. I've been holding this trade since last week, right? But the next possible opportunity I see happening is a breakout above 5200. Once we get a nice clean breakout above 5200, you could either wait for two things. You can actually get in, set a buy stop, or actually get in at 5200, or wait for the 4-hour candle to close or the daily candle to close above 5200 and then enter, right? Or you can wait for a break of 5200 and then a retest. All right, so that is the next possible thing that I could see happening on gold, right? Like I said, if I go ahead and mark 5200 up, right? So literally, right, once we get a break above, you can go ahead and just enter if you want. Make sure you're risking properly, obviously. And if you were to get in at 5200, right, your stop loss could be literally below this liquidity pool where like you could probably put it around 50-50. If you want to be a little bit more conservative, you can go ahead and just put it at 5100. But for me, if I put it around, I put mine at 5080. Okay, so you can go ahead and put your stop loss there, and then obviously take it to recent highs at around $5,600 or that 6,000 mark that I feel like gold is going to get to, and I think that gold is going to surpass 6,000 an ounce this year. Okay, so if you take it to 6,000 an ounce from 5,200, that's a 5-to-1 risk to reward, which is beautiful. But if you take it back to previous high, like around 5,600, that's almost a 3-to-1 risk to reward, which is still beautiful. Okay, so again, you can enter at 5,200 or you can wait for the break, a retest, and then the continuation. So those are your two options when it comes to gold. Okay, now silver. I'm actually about to enter on silver after I put this video up. I like silver so much. Why? Because we literally as we pushed to the upside and we respected this $93 level and we came back down, again, we have been literally respecting this $82 an ounce level multiple times, similar to what gold has done with $5,100 an ounce. We have 5 rejections off that, and then that fifth rejection, we got the nice strong push to the upside on the daily candle. Now, the reason why I favor silver a little bit more than gold right now, structure wise, is let's drop down to this 4-hour time frame. Literally the same thing that we've seen on gold, right? Remember I had that range, right, where it was ranging between two levels. On gold, it's the same thing that happened on silver. It was ranging from around $79 to around like $86, almost $87. But then we actually got a strong break above that level. And then and then again, everything that I'm looking for with gold, silver is doing or has done, right? So broke out the range or consolidation, came back down to, it looks like it's possibly coming back down to retest and then continue higher. So this is why I'm looking to enter on silver, to market execute on silver right now in these moments. Okay, so if you don't want to take that trade, if you don't see this in time, the next possible play for you to wait for is a break above this $94 an ounce level, right? So with gold, it's it was 5,200, and with silver it's $94, excuse me. So you can wait for a break above here. So yeah, you can wait for a break above here and then you can enter there. Now, if you were to enter there, your stop loss would would have to be, if you enter here, your stop loss would have to be around, $80, maybe $81, and then you could take it all the way up to around $123 and even higher, to be honest, right? This is a 2-to-1 risk to reward if you enter here, but it's still not a bad trade in my opinion. Okay, so that is what I'm looking for with silver. Now, the next market that looks good for me is USDJPY. And I'm explaining to you why, okay? The reason why I like USDJPY so much is the fact that, like, yes, we had, the bullishness for the dollar because of the global fear and yields going up. And again, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to show those charts later. So this is going to be a little bit longer of a video because I'm talking about different markets. All right, so yes, we had to push to the upside, but I took a sell on USDJPY when it was here. When it was here a few weeks ago. When it was here, I took the sell there and I took profit around 152. And I thought we was gonna break, below, get a retest and then continue, or if not, come up and then give me like a nice lower high and then continue down. But we ended up pushing all the way up. And this is before I knew that we were going into war. Okay, so yeah. But the fact that like literally the market has came back up to this 158 500 level, well 159, excuse me, and then literally we are rejecting off this level. Like we're not breaking above. There's no higher highs, higher lows. Like I mean, yeah, you can see the higher highs, higher lows on the daily time frame, but let's look at it from a weekly real quick. Just look at the rejection off this level. Just look at the rejection off this level. Just look at it, right? Multiple rejections off this level. So for me to change my mind on USDJPY being bullish, I would have to have seen a nice clean break above and then a retest and then a continuation. But I don't see that happening. I think that the strength from the DXY and the dollar was short-lived, short-term. And I've been saying this on my channel if you've been watching me or on my Instagram. I think that the bullishness for the dollar is short-term, right? Because of what's going on, which makes sense. But I think that that play because I originally when I first got in on if I go back to the daily when I first got in on USDJPY when I took partials here at 152, I was gonna swing it all the way down to $145, and that didn't happen because the war happened and things was not in my control. But from here, I would definitely again take partials again at 152. But I think that we can get down to 154 before the year's over. Peace, guys. So look, I created a free Telegram where I break down every single trade that I take. I give you the fundamental reasons and I also give you the technical reasons. Whenever I make a new YouTube video, I post it in here so you can be up to date with it. And also, when I get in for a trade, I tell you the entry, the stop loss, and whether I put a TP, which most of the times I don't. And I let you know how much I'm risking on that trade. All right? So if you want to be a part of this community and you want to grow with me and you want to make some money, join the free Telegram. Now, I will say that I am a position/swing trader, so I do not call out trades every single day, but the trades that I do call out, we get in and we hold and we ride the wave. All right? So join the free Telegram. The link is in description. I will see you guys in there. Peace. So yeah, this is another when it comes to forex pairs, a currency pairs. This is a nice play that I can actually see happen and play out, right? So those are my top setups. So now just to dig a little bit deeper to what I was talking about earlier, right? Looking at the DXY, right? This movement to the upside will happen because of the global fear. Okay? Everyone was expecting the gold to go up to 6,000, but what actually happened in reality was the dollar shot up to almost $100, yields shot up, and oil shot up, and the highest we've seen oil prices at the at the time of this video was $120 per barrel. Okay, so when you have the dollar yields and oil all shooting up simultaneously, that is triple bearish pressure on gold. Okay, and this is why we've seen gold drop. I'm gonna say this again: gold is priced in dollars. So when the dollar increases in value, it becomes expensive globally for investors to buy gold. Okay, and again, when you think like an investor, how they was approaching the market, they're seeing what's happening with oil. They see yields going up and they see the dollar going up. Where can I put my money to store it for it to be safe while also making money too? Not saying that you can't store your money in gold and it's safe and you can't make money, but gold, you only make money on gold as it continues to go up in value. Okay? So when yields go up, right, that means an investor will buy up government debt, and them doing that, they'll get a return back from doing that. So again, the dollar going up and yields going up, allow investors to be able to protect their money while also making money in return. Okay, so again, we seen the dollar literally shoot up, and this is why I feel like the dollar, the bullishness when surrounding the dollar is short term, because just look at this area where it's literally been like rejecting off around almost $100, right? We just really wicked off it, and now we're coming back down. And if I show you this on a weekly time frame, if I'm being honest, the dollar is bearish. It's bearish. Yes, we literally respected this level multiple times. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. And this move to the upside, like again, this move to the upside was due to the war. And I think that, you know, and then this level right here too, we wicked off it twice. I know this weekly candle, we still have a few more days to go before the weekly candle close, but just so far, just look at this. Like, it's just a bearish chart to me, to be honest. This is a bearish chart, you know? So I think that we can see the dollar. I think that we can see the dollar actually come back down to 96. And then I feel like once we get here again, we might end up seeing it push lower to 95. Okay, that's just my prediction. But again, anything can happen. When the year first started, I didn't think we was gonna be in war in March. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going based off the not the energy. I'm going based off what's happening in the markets right now, and I know things are subject to change, but that's why I'm gonna put myself in a position to be able to adapt. Okay, so going back to yields, right? Yields, literally the highest we've seen yields go up. Let's go to a daily time frame. The highest that we've seen yields go up in recent time was around 4.2%, and then it actually dropped. And this drop came from when Trump came out and said that he felt like a deal that the war could be ending soon. So boom, markets reacted to that and it dropped. Right now, yields is actually starting to shoot up. Starting off the daily, it's up almost around 1%. But again, are we gonna see yields get back above this 4.2 level and then possibly come head for 4.3%? It's possible, right? Again, this is why I'm trading with what I'm seeing, with what is right here in front of me. So this is the 10-year bond, okay? And if we look at the same thing, the chart looks the same way on the 30-year bond as well. As you can see, the highest we got was almost was 4.8%, and then it dropped again based off what Trump said. And now we're starting to see it push up. So can it come break above this 4.8% level and then get to like around 4.9? We got to see. Right? And then looking at oil, just look at the price of oil. I wish I was able to trade oil on my prop, because I would have bought. When I was looking at oil prices, it was here. It was here, literally. And literally skyrocketed. This would have been a nice ass fucking play. But just look at this candle. As soon as Trump came out and said that the war is possibly going to end soon, look at the drop that happened. So this is what I think, right? I think that smart money and a lot of people who's been doing this for a long time, who's been in this environment multiple times, and they know how the markets move. When we are in this type of energy, I feel like they knew that gold was going to pull back. I feel like they knew that silver was going to pull back. And us being retail traders, we get caught in the traps all the time. So while everyone on social media was screaming 6,000, 6,000, 6,000 and buying and buying and buying, they were losing. But investors was like, you know what? We're going to put our money elsewhere. We're going to take our money out of gold. We're going to put our money elsewhere. That's going to cause the price of gold to actually drop, because when profits taking happens, that's when you see the markets drop. And after that, the market is gonna get to a nice psychological level, which for gold is that $5,100 an ounce level. And then from there, we're gonna start to accumulate our buy orders, and then boom, then we're gonna go ahead and ride the way to 6,000 ounce. And I think that's what's going on right now. Now again, I could be wrong. And if that's the case, fuck it. At least when I know that I get in for a trade, I'm risking properly. And I did my homework. Like, I feel very confident in this trade. And if it does go against me, I'm going to be very surprised. And again, I'm going to adapt, move forward, and figure out the reason why. And then and again, move forward. So I trust that this video will help you. And, if you are going to take these trades, it's not financial advice. This is just how I'm looking at the markets and what I'm sharing with you guys. So I will see you guys in another video, and I'll keep you guys up to date as much as possible. If you haven't already, check out the channel. There's some really great videos on there, and I trust that if you do take these trades and it does play out, you can actually make some money and change your life financially. All right, so see you guys in the next video. Be safe out there. Take care. Risk properly. Peace.